Hey, yo, peace and blessings to everybody out there. This is Karev and Heritage Hip Hop on a special edition of Heritage Hip Hop. Just doing a skit for the Mic Council, where I'm going to talk about something that affects the hip hop community and his society as a whole. And today I have a special co-host with me who's from another show on Heritage Hip Hop called A&N R&B. That's R&B conversation with a hip hop soul. Of course, you know what I represent. But I want my people to get to know one of my brothers in podcasting and in life as well. Please introduce yourself.
What's good, everybody? It's your man, Nas the Romantic.
All right, and like I said, he's part of the A&N R&B Podcast. Shout out to everybody who subscribed. If you have not subscribed to A&N R&B, please do so on YouTube, and also, if you can, follow them on IG. Follow A&N R&B. All right. Now, today we're going to talk about something that hits home, and I want to put emphasis on this. The woman who lied, and her lie actually started the uprising of the civil rights movement, died this past week. Carolyn Bryant Donham. She was the woman who lied and said that Emmett Till sexually advanced towards her, and it led to the kidnapping and the murder of Emmett Till. So I want to ask you, yo, when you heard this information, how did you feel?
How should I feel? I mean, justice wasn't done. Ain't like she got a chance to rot in jail like she was supposed to. What about the people that lynched the little boy? You know what I mean? She got to live her full life. While the life of a young black boy got taken a long time ago. Nothing came out of it. Even what's crazy is, she lied, right? And said, the kid, winked at her?
Winked, whistled, and was a forward advance, made forward advances to her.
Like as in how?
Right. Well, one witness said that the boy was like, he whistled out like she was sexy or something. That was taken, and another thing said, he advanced towards her, like he was interested in her, and he was out of his place.
How old was the boy? How old was Emmett Till at the time?
14.
I mean, really. I mean, that if that happened nowadays, they'd be like, man, sit your ass down somewhere, go somewhere. That's nothing to cause a death over. Or, if it's being inappropriate, you would talk to the parents at the time. But as you know, this was the racist South. So the thing was, how dare you? The adult black men know their place not to do that. How dare you, as a young black boy, do that to this woman?
Well, what's interesting that you said that. You said nowadays people be like, just shut up, sit down, and go somewhere. But this didn't happen nowadays. This happened in the heart of Jim Crow South, Mississippi, bro. And my thing is, let's focus on not only that, but let's focus on her for a second. She had issues in her marriage, allegedly, and her husband, Roy Bryant, supposedly, I guess, was doing something, and it came to his attention, and they actually used another person of color to say Emmett Till did something. Because I think took somebody, had to point out the boy, and they came to Emmett Till, and Roy Bryant and J.W. Millam actually went to trial in 1955 for the murder of Emmett Till and got off. And if you've ever seen the picture of the older gentleman pointing to the white man in the courtroom, that was from that trial, because it was the first time I think a man of color ever pointed to a white man when it came to trial and things like that. So, in essence, because of the evil of a lie, a woman caused the uprising of a people through the murder of a young man. My question to you is this: if Emmett Till would have survived, what do you think? Do you think the movement would have gained as much attention, or do you think that was the catalyst that actually sparked the world's interest in how people of color were treated in this country?
I still think if he would have survived, it still would have sparked the civil rights movement, because the boy was dragged. I'm pretty sure if he had survived, he would have still been terribly disfigured, and that alone would have sparked the outrage, along with the two men getting all for doing that to that young man.
But and they did it in other countries. I mean,
right.
Look at what about the boy who was the youngest person killed on death row in America? And they put him in an electric chair, the little 13-year-old boy. Yeah. I mean, look at all the human zoos they had. And I'm not saying I'm grateful to her or she did, or this is because of her, this great thing happened. No, I'm just saying that even in telling a lie, we still had to get vindicated. To this day, there's still a vindication that needs to be happening, because now people are celebrating her death and they're saying we're evil for celebrating. I'm not saying I'm celebrating or you celebrating, but saying that people of color are evil because they celebrated the death of this woman who told this lie and got this young man killed. I mean, what do you say to that?
I wouldn't even call it a celebration. They basically just saying, all right, good riddance. Like, what can you celebrate? It's not, like I said, it's not like she endured any type of justice for what she did. She got to live a full life.
She remarried and had children.
Right. She got to live a full life. Died of what? Old age.
88 years old in hospice care at that.
Right.
At home with her family.
Right.
So check the irony, bro. I mean, look at this. You have a young man in your house. I have men in my house, young men. And a little one, that's a blessing, right? Shout out to them. 14, yo. Not only that, imagine your son going on vacation and being taken and never coming back.
Right.
This woman got to lie, leave a man, get another man, have children, and die in care, while a mother lived her life without her only son with her. And mind you, they tried to make Emmett Till a sexual deviant because his father was also lynched for supposed sexual deviancy. Mm-hmm. So they said it was a genetic thing, which they tried to use to start the KKK and all this other stuff. Right. The point of the matter is, the pain of this case in trial was reignited with this woman dying in care, not in terror, not in fear of punishment, not in some type of worry in any way. And when it came to her standing trial or justice, the prevailing thought that was given to the community was, she's too old to now go. What do you think about that?
Well, they ain't say that about Bill Cosby when he was accused of sexually assaulting these women.
And he couldn't see, right?
Right. Man going half blind. They still took his ass to court, put his ass in jail. So what's the difference? Not to say any crime is worse than the other, but what's the difference between him committing the crime and her committing the crime, other than he's a black man and she's a white woman?
Yeah, exactly that. That a male of color is the proverbial enemy rather than the god of white supremacy, which is the white woman. Hey, it was nothing but, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, to this day, I was destroyed when Lil Wayne made a song. He said, "I beat the pussy up like Emmett Till." That right there disgusted me in a way where I'm like, these people have no morals or no character. And then once again, part of my language, everybody, if I offended you, but even still, when you have this woman dying and the conversation turns into Do we celebrate? The Bible says you should never celebrate a person's death because they have to go to the Most High just like you and be wary of the judgment. And I'm going to keep it real. It's hard not to be happy when somebody causes harm to people. When people murder children, I don't care what race you are.
Right.
I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? And especially knowing how this world is. And I'm going to tell you this, yo. Her death sparked a lot of emotions in me I haven't felt in a long time. And I used to watch Eyes on the Prize. So the Emmett Till case is one of the most pivotal periods in American history. How do you feel about the case, the people, the outcome as a parent, not only as a man of color?
The more things change, the more things stay the same. A white person could get away with murdering a black child back in the day like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go to the court, open and shut case, you're not guilty. Good job killing that nigga. Go home, have a nice day. Same thing now. And I think the only reason, and I'm gonna bring up the Derek Chauvin thing, the only reason that got the results that got is because, let's face it, it's around election time. People want a certain demographic because a certain demographic, get you more votes. So they're going to do certain things to appease that demographic. So that's why he had to go to jail. But other than that, in previous cases, you had the case with I think the cop, he didn't even stop the car before he shot the little boy, right?
You were talking about my man in Cleveland where the little boy had the 13, he had a water gun.
Right.
And he shot the little boy in front of his house or in the park or something,
and
which was disgusting. But once again, I hate to bring this up, but there was a woman who I interviewed on Heritage Hip Hop previously. I'll bring that. I'll probably put in the link. But she has a son that she shows off online who's autistic.
Right.
The war against black men and children in this country is so crazy that a prank called swatting happened where her son and herself could have been killed. And if anybody doesn't know, swatting is when somebody calls the police on you with a very serious case as a prank just to have the police run into your house. So this young lady had police pull guns on her because they said it was a murder that happened in her house and it was guns blazing and everything. They need to go in with weapons, only to find her and her son, who's autistic, a teenage autistic boy who doesn't understand what's going on, who wouldn't understand, in the bathtub. And she had to yell for his protection. And, she was scared to death. And as a woman, you take care of your only child. And shout out to the husband. He was not there. He was not there. He was at work. But as a woman, when you're or a parent, when you're in care of your child and you're their only defense and you can't even protect them, you strip a person of not only their humanity at that point, you strip them of the pride and power God gave them, which is to procreate. And I feel for any parent who's ever had a child taken from them due to any type of violence, due to any type of suicide, to anything that caused them to lose a child, man. I don't even know what else to say after that. What you got?
I mean, as a man, like, if you ain't thinking like me, the sheer panic that probably would have got me killed, man. I'm telling you, it probably would have got me killed because I'm like I told you before, I'm one of those overprotective dads. And when it comes to my kids, I don't give a shit if you got what type of badge you got on, what type of authority you got. If you mean to harm my kid, I mean to harm you. You know what I mean?
And we're gonna stop it right there. What do y'all feel about the video? I mean, what do y'all think about the case? Leave your comment below. We want to say rest in peace to Emmett Till. Rest in peace to his mother. I think her name is Mamie Till. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And to the Till family that's alive to this very day, who still go through this and is reminded of what happened. Now that this woman has passed away, we ask that the Most High grants you healing mercies in our society and people will heal as well. We ask that you think about the people who lost their children in this time and during these evil times, because at one time people didn't die like this and and there was no social media, so all the time. But the things that are going on in his life is very crazy. And let's take the time to remember we're all somebody's child somewhere. And just broke my heart to see this happen. Not her dying. No. It broke my heart to see people argue. How do we celebrate death while remembering the murder of a child who never got to celebrate his life? So with that being said, I ask that you subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop for more. Go to heritagehiphop.com for all our content. Subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on all social media. Also follow A&N and R&B on Instagram and follow them on YouTube. Every Sunday at 8 o'clock is a new show. And also share this video and give us some commentary. Let me know what you think. This is very important. And for everybody out there, May 6th, me and this gentleman may be in the house at the TNL Talk 101, Marketing versus Promotion at the Serendipity in Jersey City. Why don't you come check us out? All artists, all creators, or people who just want to meet us and talk. I hate that picture. I look like one of the Jedis in Star Wars. But at the end of the day, y'all, I don't take pictures, but come take a picture with me. Help me get my picture game up. And we'll talk about, helping people get their best foot forward when it comes to starting their career, et cetera, et cetera. So at the end of the day, man, we thank y'all for joining us. We got more coming, so make sure you subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop, follow Ann and RB for more. Anything you want to say, bro?
Yeah, that's a tragic situation, man. Like I said, I'm numb from it, man. I'm not. I can't really celebrate it because, like I said, the justice wasn't served. But hopefully, we could spark a change. I mean, like I said, the more things change, the more things stay the same. So the things that stay the same, we got to work even harder to change that. And until then, we'll be thinking of you, man. Peace.
And we'll be saluting those who came before us. Rest in peace, Emmett Till. May God bless your spirit and your family.